G'day and welcome to Somewhat Awesome Games. This is Jared here to review Batman Arkham Origins. So unlike the Arkham series, which are made by Rocksteady Games in the UK, this one was actually made by Warner Brothers Montreal. And they knew that the last games were pretty much perfect, so why fix something that isn't broken? Well, here to answer that, maybe for something different would have actually been nice, because this was basically the same game. But it doesn't matter, because they were good games, and that makes this a good game. It's just a different story, a few new gadgets, a few new baddies, but still the awesome graphics, easy one-button fighting, which is awesome for me because I usually suck at doing anything too complicated, so just smashing one button to fight people is always a good thing. But if you're more of that kind that you like to do the intricate fighting moves, then you'll love this, as you would have loved the previous games. So the story in this one actually follows Batman in his early years. Whilst no one likes him, everyone thinks he's a dickhead. And also before Batkid's arrival. Batkid is not in this game. He hasn't sort of joined up with the crew yet, so, you know, keep that in mind. It's a few days before Christmas. Gotham is fucked. There's thugs everywhere. Despite a curfew, no one's really policing them. In fact, the police are with the bad guys. I don't want to live in Gotham. I'm glad I don't live in Gotham. It sounds fucked. But a bad dude, Black Mask, he hires an assassins to kill Batman, because why not? Everyone just hates Batman, just get assassins to kill him. So, story kind of moves away from there. That storyline doesn't hold for very long. After about 10% into the game, it's all gone, and other things happen. You get other baddies that come in. So you got Black Mask, you'll also get the Joker. You'll get the Riddler, you'll get Bane, the Penguin. Going back a little bit, the Riddler, not called the Riddler in this one, called Enigma. So I'm guessing this is kind of the prequel to the Riddler as well, so interesting. You got Bane, Penguin, Deathstroke, Firefly, Shiva. You got a bundle of all the typical bad guys. Some of these act as bosses, which you just need to fight because they're the assassins. Others are just kind of there for the storyline. You got some new gadgets in this game, which weren't in the previous Arkham Asylum and Arkham City game. You have the Remote Claw, which is similar to the old Remote Grapple, where you can grapple from point to point and zipline across. However, on this one, you can also grapple objects and pull them towards enemies. So if there's an explosive container nearby, you can grapple it and make it fly towards some enemy and explode them. You've also got shock gloves, which are all pretty cool. So once you build up enough hit points fighting people, you can charge your shock gloves and then start whooping ass with electrified gloves. So that's kind of cool. You've got a few new enemies. Martial arts expert, which you need to counter a little bit more, and they seem to have Batman a little bit more figured out. But having said that, it's still pretty easy to, you know, whoop their ass. Then you got the Enforcer, which is sort of like a Bane clone, a little bit smaller, but you gotta, you know, really daze them to knock them out. That's pretty much it. They're the only changes, really. Those two new gadgets and sort of two new enemies. Story's different, so main story aside, we're searching out a boss fight. There's lots of little side missions, same as the original game, so you're going to have hours and hours to do all sorts of things in this game. Destroy radio towers, network relays, finding data packs, glide challenges, all that shit. And when I played the game, 30% through, I actually finished the main storyline, so that's an indication to how long, and that was, I think, maybe 15 hours. That's an idea on how quick this game is for the main story. However, all the other side missions can keep you occupied for hours, which is kind of cool. You've still got your crime scenes and detective vision. Detective vision is just as cool. You can look up crime scenes and act like you're really, really smart, where in fact it's just kind of stepping you through it. You're not as smart as you think you are, so, you know, move on. You got your XPs to get new upgrades and level up. To begin with, I'm sitting there thinking, alright, I need to level up as quick as possible. If you just go through the main storyline, it's incredible how many experience points you get, and you level up before you even know it. You got multiplayer in this one. There's another new addition to this game. So it's new, just Origins. And I got a bit excited about this and thought, oh, sweet, multiplayer, cool. But the idea of multiplayer is that there's two gangs, they're battling out. Batman and Robin are intervening. When you join it, you can be either one gang, the other gang, or you might be Batman or Robin. So it's basically like three kind of teams, if that makes sense. But I actually found it really shit. It was really crap. It took me about 10 minutes to actually find anyone that was actually in the game to join. So I'm sitting there for 10 minutes waiting for people to join, enough people to actually start a match. And then when I did, I just didn't really care about it. It felt like it was trying to be a Call of Duty or Battlefield kind of game, but with Batman in it. I'd rather just go play Battlefield than play this, to be honest. Loved the main story, did not give a shit about the multiplayer. Other people might enjoy it a little bit more, who knows. I was playing the PC version. That might account for why there was a few less people on multiplayer. Who knows? But you know, if you're on Xbox or PlayStation, maybe it's a little bit better. People talked about some bugs in PC and PlayStation versions. When I played it, everything seemed fine to me, but everyone's bitching about bugs, so it might be unfortunate if you get the game to get some of that. However, I think after a few weeks it pretty much all gets sorted. You get enough updates straight away. Look, to be honest, if you love the original series, you'll still love this one. It's pretty much the exact same game, but different storylines and a few tiny little additions because, like I said, Warner Brothers, why fuck up something that's already good? So points to them for that, but at the same time, they lose a little bit of a point for the originality. 4 stars.